Hey everybody, this is TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Halloween 3 Season of the Witch Silver Shamrock Trick-or-Treaters 3-pack. Honestly, kind of surprised that NECA was making this 3-pack. I thought they would try to make some more Michael Myers stuff. If you don't know what's going on here, Michael dies in the original Halloween 2. And then they decided to make Halloween 3 an anthology film, where they wanted to try to do an anthology series with the Halloween name. It didn't do too well, and they just went back to Michael with part 4. This movie to me was just I wasn't really my favorite. It's pretty bizarre, so if you like bizarre horror movies, I think you would like this. But I found it to be a little slow at times and just kind of boring. But it's not a horrible movie, and I honestly really like the idea of getting this set because it's going to be really cool for some trick or treaters toy photography if you want to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. We have this nice slip cover here covering the other part of the box, which I'll show off in a second, where it says Halloween 3 here, Season of the Witch, and you get this nice creepy face here. This is basically the poster from the original movie, and then you can see the trick-or-treaters in the sunset there, and it does have an age warning, a 17 and up, and a choking hazard. On the back, it has the silver Shamrock logo there. Towards the bottom there, you can see where it says the figures, and it comes with all their accessories, as you can see there. When we get to the side of the packaging, you can see all three of the masks that are featured in the film, the three big masks that they were pretty much pushing in the movie. And then when we look towards the bottom, you get some credits of everyone who worked on the figure there. And then when you get to the center of the bottom, it's actually the Universal logo. It's also saying that this is a rated R movie. And then towards the right here, you can see the barcode if you need to pause and use that barcode. When we open up the slip here, you can see the figures in the box as well as the rest of the accessories that they come with, and then the backdrop there is kind of like a sunset, as you can see. And on the back, I really like the back, honestly. It's all these really nice images of the trick-or-treaters. It's pretty demented in some parts. There's even a fake mail-away or mail-in slip there. And towards the top right, it's got that read-up of that would be said in the commercial a lot. So let's just go ahead and get this pack out of the packaging. So here are all three figures out of the packaging. This is a pretty nicely done set. If you hear any construction outside, I do apologize. It's a lot louder than it normally is. These are really meant to be in the style of the 8-inch cloth NECA figures that they've been making for a few years now, like sort of like similar to the Mego stuff. Some of you may have seen some of their stuff like that before, but I have a feeling that these will also fit with the regular 7-inch scale Ultimate horror figures and stuff like that. I think these will even fit with Marvel Legends. I'll bring some of those out towards the end of the review for size comparisons. We're going to go ahead and take a look at all of the accessories that this set comes with. Then we'll take a closer look at each of these figures. Now this set comes with a lot of accessories. We get alternate heads, alternate hands, we get some bags that are like trick-or-treat bags, we get a TV, we get a witch's hat. This TV here is really cool. You can see where it says Silver Shamrock Novelties. Yeah, it's got this thing here. I used to see this with bookmarks all the time. You hear that right there. It's because they print one side of... It's just really interesting how they do it. I never remember what the technology is called. But one side here is... It's like a perspective thing. You can see the jack-o'-lantern on the screen. Turning it a little bit. It says Silver Shamrock. You can see the jack-o'-lantern a little bit in there. It's not too bad. You can also see the Silver Shamrock a little bit in the pumpkin. To me, it's okay. I don't know how you would do it, but you could probably maybe modify the screen just to be normal, so that way you can use this TV for your other figures. This is a really nice display piece, honestly. And by display piece, you know, it's something for your dioramas. Nice silver going on with the notches. It just looks really cool. Really nicely detailed. It's very simplistic. It's like old 80s TV, but that's what, you know, what else are you going to do with it? It's supposed to be looking simplistic. I like the wood detail that we have on all sides. This is a nice hollow plastic. On the bottom here, it says Universal Made in China. We have another other side here. I want to say, I don't know how they do this, but it's just really nicely done to where it just looks like wood. I don't know what's painted. I don't know what's sculpted. It's just really well done. The back here is a little plain, but I mean, you're going to put it up against the wall or something, so you don't really see the back. You do have a hole here if you want to hang it up somewhere. So you would put like a tack here, go down there. Just a really awesome TV. We also get some Halloween bags. We get two of these, so I'm going to look at one of them. We have the trick-or-treat bag here that has some nice printing of a ghost. It's a cat. Really nicely done. These actually do open. If you squeeze these just a little bit, you might have to like figure it out a little bit and open it. Squeeze it open a little bit, it does open. You can put a little bit of like candy accessories if you have any in there to kind of give it some, make it look like there's actually stuff in there. With the paper bags, I want to say these are like, this is definitely some type of like laminated paper. This, I don't know, this is almost like a manila folder or like an envelope type of material that they're using. It's really nice. It's a paper bag, and the inside here, you can see where it's white. This opens up as well, so that's pretty nicely done. I really like that they came with those. We do get three sets of these hands, excuse me. And I'm only going to look at one of them just because they are all the exact same hand. There's no need for me to pull out all three and look at them individually. These are kind of like, I don't know, they could look like they're running and stuff, but these are mostly meant, I guess, if they're like dying and stuff. They're trying to claw out their face, trying to get the mask off. Really nice details on the palm of their hands. I really dig that. You can see where the fingernails are. This is what the back of the hands look like. Some parts of it does look a little plain, but you just look at the like knuckles. You can see subtle details in there, like some creases, the fingers. I really like these hands. They're really well done. I don't even mind that they're all the exact same. We cone them, and I can forgive that. Now we go on to, first of all, actually before those, get this nice witch's hat. As you can see here, it's painted in a nice black paint. Just a little bit of some gloss coming through. I don't know what's going on there. But it's nicely wrinkled with the texturing and the sculpting. Nice orange trimming. And this is actually meant for the jack-o'-lantern mask here, because there is a hole, as you can see, in this little stub here. Put that in. It fits, to me, I think it fits better for some reason on the normal jack-o'-lantern head than this one. But you can still put it on there. I'll show off what this hat looks like later. We get all three of these different masks. So it'd be a little bit hard for me to show them all off at the same time. Look at that. These things are so awesome. They're nicely detailed. I think in the movie we only really got to see the kid, one of the kids with a pumpkin mask die like this. But it's cool that we get it with all three of these. Because, I mean, that's what's supposed to be happening towards some certain time, like 9 o'clock or something on Halloween night. All the kids, this is supposed to happen to all the kids. I don't know why this company wants to kill all the kids in America with these masks. It's just a dumb 80s movie. But really nice detailing. You can see the snake in there. Nice cracks. It's just very gruesome looking. We got some nice cockroaches. They even have Silver Shamrock logos on the side here. There's a little printing of the Silver Shamrock there. You can see his eye coming through. This is also really nicely done. Some spiders, some cockroaches. All that's good stuff. I think another snake. This one's pretty well done. I think the green, I'll have to look at the mask, but the detailing when it comes to like the different colors of green and shading in the mask for this one is really well done. This one too has kind of like a glossy detail where there's like a black, I think it's molded in black, and then they like paint it over with this, this gold paint here. This one looks good. And the hood I think is similar to the, if not the exact same, to the one that we get with that's packaged in this. And there's lots of nice cloth detailing going on there. Last but not least, take a look at this thing here. I really like it. Another snake. Lots of nice bugs and just gross details going on there. And a silver shamrock right there. Yeah, you see the eye going through. Pretty much, this guy's dead, unfortunately for him. But yeah, all these accessories are just really awesome. So after spending a few minutes looking at all three of these figures, it's not hard to see that pretty much all three of these are on the exact same body, which I'm not super mad about that. They're all children, relatively the same age. It kind of makes sense that you would just go ahead and reuse the same body for all three of them. So that's not really something I'm going to mind, quite honestly. The biggest differences is, of course, the head sculpts, as you could see, the way that they've done the outfits. This one is pretty much the same as this one here, except you can see the skeleton details and printing here. This one's completely different when it comes to the outfit. And when we look towards the bottom there, the shoes are different for all three of these. So I'm going to just not really spend too much time on the detailing with the body, since these cloth pieces are going to cover them. We're going to take a look at the good old skeleton boy here. And this head sculpt is really well done. I really like it a lot. They did a really good job with the lots of different paint and detail when it comes to this. Made this look like a skull, and I really like how the teeth came out. It's just very nice. How the hollow eyes. Um, Later on, I'm gonna try to show you what all three of these masks look like with different recreations of the masks that we've gotten. Like, you know, I think Trick or Treat Studios used to make these. We have the silver Shamrock printing right there, the little button. But these things are super accurate to those original masks. So when it comes to this clothing, it's very much on a Velcro piece right here. That's how you open it. And then you can see actually there's a little bit of black from the fabric bleeding onto the skin, which isn't the greatest, but it's not visible when you, of course, like I can't see it on the neck because it's not going to be there. But anywhere like on the arms, a lot of it's going to be, you know, a little bit blackened, like on the leg here where it's covered. Again, it's all covered, so I'm not going to mind too much. I think there's not much sculpting honestly going on throughout the body itself. There might be a little bit in the chest to kind of make it look a little bit more realistic with the chest. But the whole idea is to make, you know, smooth details underneath because you're not going to see what's underneath when you keep the cloth pieces on. I do really like the skeleton printing here. It's really clean. Some of the tailoring is not the cleanest. The stitching overall is, but you can see a little bit of like some extra lines going on in there. The Velcro to me doesn't look the cleanest either. It really sticks out, but you're mostly going to be looking towards the front of the figure, basically. I mean, unless you do like behind shots, of course. That's what the hands that he comes packaged with look like. We go down to the legs. These nice printed bony legs there. It's pretty nice. These shoes are really cool too. They look pretty dirty, and they have some nice red and white and a little bit of gray towards the back there, as you can see. So I dig that a lot. They also detailed the shoelaces, and then the bottom of the feet, they do have peg holes. We're going to take a look at the witch. The witch is pretty nice. I really like how they did this. Lots of nice warts with this mask. I really like the blackened eyes here. His mouth, the teeth. It just is really cool looking. We also have... I'm going to bring this out real quick because I do think it is the same. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same sculpting with this, both hoods that we get. What I like is what you can do here is take the head off. If you really don't want this hood on, you're going to have to slip this head through the hood there. So you take that off. I'm going to personally keep the hood on, but this is just if you wanted to have it off. That's what it looks like off. So it's a little big, I think. I'll zoom out just a little so you can see. Actually, maybe not be that big, but still, I think I'm going to keep the hood on. And it's very easy just to put back in. Push it in like so. And then, actually, before we do that, since the head's already off, this piece can come off if you want. It can be interchangeable. When we look here, it's just, you can see it's already just a different type of fabric that they're using for this suit, as well as this skeleton suit and this here. And I don't think you can actually take this off. Around here, there should be Velcro, but it looks like it's stitched all together. I've tried to take it off. That's not great right there. Of course, the head sculpt's going to cover that and the neck piece. But, yeah, I don't think you can actually take this piece off. But I don't really plan on doing it. Just put that back on, and then pop this head back on. These nice ribbons are really cool. There's nice orange ribbons. I can't tell you what kind of fabric is being used for any of these figures, but they've done a really good job of using them. And you know what? This has bendy wires. This bends here. This can actually bend up here, so you can get a little bit of dynamic posing. If they're running around, it can make it look like it's flowing and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We also get some ribbons around here. These are really cool. Everything looks pretty shiny on here. I like that. Just very nicely. This has the best detailing and like stitching when it comes to the clothing and the tailoring. I think it's a little loose when it comes to some of the fabric, but it's not as bad as the skeleton. Even then, the skeleton's not horrible. You will get a little bit hindered towards the legs because there's not really an opening here. It's just kind of closed off. But when we look towards the bottom, we have these nice boots, nice shoes. You can see brown and nice sculpted details. A little bit of like white going on there, and it's a nice dirty shoe. Of course, the brown doesn't really show the dirt. Mostly what's light here. They kind of have some socks going on here. It doesn't look the best to me. There's what the bottom of the feet look like. Lastly, we're going to take a look at the Pumpkin Boy. First of all, let's put this hat on him. That looks nice. I dig that a lot. So this is probably my favorite, honestly. Not only is it because of it's actually in the scene where one of the kids, we actually get to see what's going to happen. You know, they die. But I just think that the way they've done it is really cool because you can see there's different colors of black to make it look like these are the actual eye holes and this is the actual mouthpiece. So it's actually really nice attention to detail. Now, unfortunately, on mine, you can see some quality control issues with some black on the orange there. So that's a little unfortunate, but most of the rest of the time, there's a little silver shamrock right there. Another one on the back. This is a pretty clean head sculpt, so nice detailing of like gray almost going throughout the lines of the head. And then they have this piece here to make it look like the jack-o'-lantern's been opened already. Nice little green stub there. This body's pretty plain though. You can see it's just this black fabric. That was very much what we got with the we've got this with the skeleton. It is, even the Velcro is the same. When we look towards the bottom of the feet though, it's nice blue shoes with white laces. They're a little bit dirty, not a lot, but just a little bit around here towards the bottom of the shoe. Different variations of blue. It's nicely sculpted, lots of nice wrinkles. So these things are pretty nicely detailed. There's not much that you can do with them since these are cloth figures and the cloth's going to be covering a body mold that they didn't really bother to detail too much just because you can see again a little bit in the chest to kind of give it some more realistic proportions. But honestly, when it comes to this particular line, I don't mind it too much. I'm going to do the articulation for all three on this figure here. I think it might be a little bit more hindered on the witch, but they have this nice system here. Pop the head off and it's a little tight, but it's like a ball peg. And you can swivel the head. It goes forward and back, side to side a little bit. So it's lots of nice range of motion. Arms can go all the way around. They do go in and out. Be careful with these arms. These are a little stiff. And sometimes they don't want to sit down. They do have an upper arm swivel, which is nice. It actually does have a double jointed elbow, so that's good. Swivel at the wrist, as well as hinge at the wrist. That's for both sets of hands. There's only a waist twist, which is fine with me. Legs go forward that much. Back actually really nicely. They do have an in and out here, which is a little bit loose on this leg right here. Upper thigh swivel. We get a single jointed knee. And then we have the bend that goes forward and not really back. And there is no ankle pivot, which could be disappointing for some people. But I'm not getting these kids into, action-ready poses. This is mostly meant for background characters for toy photography. For articulation here, I think is serviceable. So I'm comparing the head sculpts here with what we have with the Trick or Treat Studios masks from Halloween 3. Because those masks are pretty accurate to the movie. I think that the head sculpts here for these figures are extremely well done. I think they're very accurate to what we originally got with Halloween 3. When it comes to size comparisons, I think these figures are going to fit very well with other NECA figures. I don't own any of the 8-inch cloth figures, but I do have the Ultimate 7-inch style figures here. We have the remake Jason on the left, and then we have the 2018 Michael Myers there on the right. Those characters like to run pretty big compared to other 7-inch scale NECA figures, so I think that it's a very good comparison here. Now, if you're doing comparisons with Mezco figures, let's say the Mezco Michael Myers, and then we have the Mezco Sovereign Knight Batman, I think that it could work. I think the kids, though, are just a little too tall, though, because, again, the scaling with these lines are different. This is what the figures look like with the Sam figure from Trick or Treat, and then we have the Chucky figure. Those are pretty small characters, and I think they fit pretty well in scale together. Last but not least, I'm taking a look at what these guys are going to look like with other just normal characters. I don't think they're going to really fit with Marvel Legends because I think Marvel Legends is going to run a little too short, but you can see Peter Parker there on the left. But if you have 7-inch scale figures like the McFarlane Toys Harry Potter that I'm mostly going to use as a murder victim, or a big brother for one of these characters, I think that's going to fit really well. So to end this review, I'm going to show you what these figures look like with some of their accessories as well as other figures. This is a really well done set. I think the figures themselves are really nice. They do have some issues with the articulation in some areas, as well as the cloth can be a little bit loose in some areas. Like if you saw some of those extra strands of cloth on the figures earlier, it's really not that bad. And the articulation, I mean, I don't need these guys to be doing the craziest of poses. I need them to stand there, maybe sit around, or maybe walk around, and be trick-or-treaters. So I'm not going to be too picky there. The accessories that these figures come with are really awesome. The detailing on the head sculpts are really cool. I really like their cloth outfits, and they'll fit in pretty good scale with a good amount of your figures, especially NECA figures. Again, I don't own any of the 8-inch cloth stuff, but again, they fit well with the 7-inch stuff that I own. This set can be a little bit pricey. I found it for $50 at a Target near me. It should be, I think, $60 actually, based on what Big Bad Toy Store says, and it's actually sold out there. It's sold out in a lot of places. I think even a NECA store. There's a potential that they'll restock, but right now, unfortunately, if you're going to eBay, I think it's going to be pretty high prices because it's probably not the easiest to get online. But again, I found one at a local Target, so I would check there. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figures, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends, and I will see you guys later.